You know, my first guest tonight hosts one of the most popular podcasts in the nation from Pod Save America. Please welcome Jon Favreau, Jon Lovett, and Tommy Vietor. Gentlemen, welcome to the Late Show again. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get right to the heat of the meat here. John Brennan's security clearance was revoked. I understand you used to work across the hall from him.
I did.
Okay. What office was this?
The National Security Council.
National Security Council. Okay. Senator John Kennedy said it should have been revoked. He's a butthead. People are like Trump said he had wild outbursts on the internet. Does that seem like John Brennan to you?
No, it doesn't seem at all like John. I mean, John worked in the CIA for 25 years. He was the station chief in Saudi Arabia. He oversaw the bin Laden operation. So the reason you give someone like John a clearance is so the current people in charge can go to him for advice. So let's say Trump's team found the head of Al-Qaeda and they wanted to figure out, like, how should we target this guy? How do we make sure it's him? You could talk to John. Because when you don't have John in the Situation Room, you've got Jared. And I think we'd all rather have John Brennan than Jared Kushner.
Yes.
So one other point on this is, like, Trump announced this without even telling his head of the DNI, his CIA director.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This
was just he's just shooting from the hip.
Just shot from the hip. Had his spokesperson read a 500-word statement attacking John, which tells everyone who works in the workforce that this is pure politics. And if they tell Trump something he doesn't want to hear, they will be punished. And as we saw with Iraq, that kind of perspective on intelligence can end very, very badly.
Well, you all used to work for Obama. How ironclad were your non-disclosure agreements that I'm sure
not very good.
you all had to sign?
We never signed non-disclure agreements.
It's so stupid.
I mean, except about the birth thing, the one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, where he was
Kenya
born,
thing.
obviously, yes, exactly. But when you...
But it's not where you think. Oh. That's what's so exciting about it. It's a third place.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you hear, what do you think when you hear that there were NDAs being demanded, evidently just to please the president?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing this his whole life, though, right? This is like people who worked for him. He thinks this is the same with the White House. I mean, the reason you can't have non-disclosure agreements in the White House is most of the work you do in the White House, most of the communication you have in the White House is ultimately public record because you're working for the people. And so the idea that, you know, Omarosa or anyone was going to sign some non-disclosure agreement is just... they're not enforceable. And the White House lawyer knew that. The White House counsel, Trump's White House counsel, yeah, he was like, I knew they weren't enforceable, but Trump was agitated, so I figured I'd help him out there.
It's also ironic because he's trying to keep all these people quiet, but this is the most, like, leaking, backbiting.
I don't think they like each other.
These are people, you know, when you work at the Trump White House, you have this problem, which is that you're surrounded by the kind of person who would work at the Trump White House. So... Kellyanne Conway gave an interview to the Washington Post where she tried to anonymously attack her own husband. Like, they're all going to leak because they're sitting around a table with people they don't trust, nor should they, because they're all broke. They're all taping each other, and they're the dregs of Republican politics who said, I don't know, I'll go work at the White House. That seems pretty cool. Oh, my God, it's a nightmare.
Well, that's one of the odd things is that it's the leakiest White House of all time. And... Trump wants to find the leakers. Is the reason why he can't find the leakers is that they'd have to fire every single person in the White House, so there's no one who doesn't leak?
He's the big leaker.
He's John Bannon. He's David Dennison.
At this whole Brennan thing, like, he was in the Oval Office where he leaked classified Israeli intelligence to the Russians in the Oval Office just for fun, just because he wanted to tell them a story.
He was bragging, I think, that he was trying to prove that he was the president.
Right. Look, all the secrets I know.
You want to know the launch codes? I'll give you a hint. There's a lot of fives in there. Well, people are talking about, people are saying that there's one of the leaks is that inside the White House that there is Omarosa Paranoia, that they think that she's got them. Like, that they were afraid of her then, and they're even more afraid of her now.
They should be. She's releasing a tape a day. I mean, this is like a reality show Watergate. This is great.
Did you guys record each other? Do you guys record each other?
We do not. We just do that now on the podcast.
Now we do it for a living.
Making up for lost time?
They should be afraid of Omarosa. It's a funny thing, though, to admit that you're terrified, because if you did everything right, if you spoke honestly and fairly and took their job of working for the American people seriously, and you released the recording, you wouldn't really have a problem. The reason they're terrified, they're not just terrified that Omarosa recorded them. They're terrified that Omarosa recorded them being terrible.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It really is exciting.
No, it's exciting.
It really is, because
Another
I'm not a big
recording
fan.
every
I don't know about you, but I'm a little torn, because I'm not a big fan of, like, surveillance states or secret recordings or anything like that, but I want to hear it all.
Look, no heroes in this
I want to hear it
story.
all,
No,
yeah.
The thing about it, too, is...
That's interesting. That is sweet. I like that. There's no hero in this.
Oh, no, it's Alien v. Predator. You remember...
Good movie. Underrated movie.
Fantastic. But Omarosa has known what we would be talking about before we did. Right. And I think Omarosa still wants us to be talking about her next week, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Yes.
Because I don't think she's done.
Now, you were the head speechwriter for President Obama, true? Okay.
True.
Let's talk about Andrew Cuomo. Thank you. They don't know where this is
Do
going.
we have to?
Yeah, they have to. Let's talk about Governor of the great state of New York, His Excellency Andrew Cuomo.
You're gonna ask me about that line that I gave him.
Yeah, exactly. He said yesterday in his speech, we're not going to make America great again because America was never that great. On a scale of 1 to the end of all the universe, how big of a mistake was that from a speechwriter's point of view?
Babies, not a fan. Children, don't like them.
I can't tell whether that was in the speech that had been written, vetted, or whether he was just improving.
There's some
there.
truth to the statement, right? If you're African American,
Watch it.
How dare you, sir?
If you're an African American and living in this country, and people are talking about how great things were in the old days, that would ring pretty awful to me. And I imagine he started to reference the reality of our history. And the fact that we shouldn't view things with rose-colored glasses, but I think there are things and phrases you say in politics that are going to stick with you for a very long time, and this is going to stick with you.
Yeah, I mean, he could have made that point in a sort of rhetorical way.
You can say that we're not going to make America great again because America has always had the promise of greatness.
It's like,
it's in its founding documents, America has always held the seeds of greatnesses for every generation to water. That's whatever, anything.
That'll work. Instead, he was like, I'm facing a challenge from the left. Yeah, America sucks. How's that? How's that progressive? You like that?
How about this for an idea? Don't say America's already great. Don't say America's not great. How about you don't try to reference his dumb slogan? How about you just come up with your own slogan that doesn't compare yourself to Donald Trump? How about that?
America is delicious.
31 flavors of
31
America.
flavors. America will make you lose weight. Do you think it actually hurts him? Do you think this gives Cynthia Nixon an opening?
I don't know. I mean,
she's renting space in his head, and it is, at New York prices. He's not having a. It's not as easy.
Based
for him
on that
to be
speech, I would say it's unfurnished.
But 2018 is so important, and the most important thing is that everyone gets out there and gets involved and registered, which is why today we launched something called Vote Save America. So if you go to votesaveamerica.com, it is a one-stop shop you can register to vote, find out if you register. You can put in your zip code and find a political event near you if you want to go help the candidate or campaign of your choice. And the best part is...
No, go ahead.
And then we have a sample ballot. So your ballot in November will be on your phone with all kinds of information about who you're voting for, what the issues are, what they stand for, and you can actually fill it out ahead of time so when you walk into your polling place, you know exactly who you're voting for.
Now, the people who are registering to vote, they don't have to register. They don't have to register as a Democrat, do they? They can register as a Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's just vote.
Right.
Just vote.
Register however you want, but you should check because Republicans really like unregistering people. So it's something we should all keep an eye on to make sure we're registered.
And everybody better vote because, oh man, this is the most, I know people say it all the time, but this is the most important midterm elections we've ever had. And honestly, if you don't vote in this one, I'm not totally sure you're going to get another shot at it, all right? This may be your last chance to get a flavor for democracy. So maybe give it a try.
All right, on that happy note, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Tommy, Pod Save America, Vote Save America. We'll be right back.